Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40.
Let's go.
Henry out of the pistol. Oh, what a juke into space.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. They keep it with Henry on first down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Henry up the middle. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now Lamar changing the play.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, report. 13.
Jackson now.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Report.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Running, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry
with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll run. Here's the former Seminole.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
But you look at this defense.
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to try and throw.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession. Ball and have it at the 36-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Hands it off out of the gun.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The Seahawks at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
He'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. His pass caught at the 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. It's the fullback. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Jackson from the shotgun, buying time to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Jackson steps away to his left.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Garrett Wilson.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
70 range, 70 range. Stop below 18.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hayes. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, Whitfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 3, second and a yard.
60 Eagles, 6. Let's go. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hey, hey.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Now 2nd and 3.
No, we changed it.
An inside give to Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
This will go to Henry out wide.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's Jackson to throw. They'll roll him out right.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, shot. Go.
Back to throw here. He's going to take another shot here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Jackson forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll set up a throw. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
They run over center with Mitchell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
From the gun, Jackson. Henry's got it out on the left side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
2nd and 7.
Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Here's Jackson. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Henry. will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
A little too much air under that one. That could have easily been 6 points.
Yeah, what kind of speed he has is almost impossible, we think, to actually overthrow him. But he did exactly that. I think he probably tried to get it out there maybe just a little bit too quickly.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
19 Lions.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Dragon 60.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. In motion goes the tight end. Out of the gun now on third down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Here we go, set, go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
Here's 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
In motion right is Evans. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, fights loose, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra Coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Now 2nd and 5.
Hey, report! Report! It's hot!
Now it's Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Webster. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Up the middle, Jones. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Let's just take it around the 12. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Let's go now. Trap 60, trap 60. Hup.
He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Just the 1 timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10.
He finds his man complete. That's Hayes. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Now 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Rolling to his right.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just float from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Throwing, Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's third down. Jackson.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Set. Ready. Hut, hut.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left.
And that won't help much. Only a yard on first down.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Here comes second down.
Dragon 60. Set. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
5 seconds, no timeouts. Here we go.
Here we go. Set. 79 Bronco. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And now they'll shift things around.
They'll run on first down. Whitfield, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
19, 18.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So they say forget the field goal and the lead. They're going for the win in OT here on 4th and goal. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Let's go. Ready?
Now back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On the move to his left.
That is caught.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Backed up deep in their own territory. They were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think
total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
Jackson.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Just a massive interception there, Charles, to keep this overtime going. And really, both defenses now have come up huge in this overtime.
How about one forcing the turnover on downs, because you know that first possession, if you score a touchdown, that wins the game, and they went for it.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
18, Pioneer. Trap 60, trap 60. Warrior 70. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Hut.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime.
Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever.
Who
Who calls a
that?
first down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a first down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But they did gain yards.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Brooklyn, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be